Welcome, one and all, to Shadowgate, the 2014 remake developed by Zojoi, who were also responsible for the original Mac Venture and NES editions. I'm gonna go ahead and let the credits play a little bit. This might be a little loud, so I know the headphone users among you are like, "Oh, Rogue, you didn't warn me." Sorry. Just want to let this play out a little bit. You can see the art style, get an idea of the music. You may remember that earlier this month I started a run of this game. And you may be thinking, Rogue, what happened? What happened? Well, my computer died. So if you maybe have missed my community posts or my mid-month update that I just released on Monday, the 19th, my laptop died a little over 2 weeks ago now, and I lost the saves for this particular series. So I'm going to have to start it over. Let me see here. These are all the Kickstarters, I believe, or the Kickstarter patrons. So that's, that's pretty cool. But like I said, I want to let this all go through here. Oh, I see a name that's pretty familiar. Those of you who are in the know will know. We're right up there in the wizard level. I may or may not have been a backer, okay? I will neither confirm nor deny that I backed this game, because I did end up loving the original Shadowgate quite a bit, and I just love this track. Just amazing. Anyway, so this was released in 2014, and that original episode that I posted, that's going to become a bonus episode. It's going to be unlisted, and I will leave it on the end card for this video. Alright. I will let the credits finish up. Oh, I bobbed my head. But there's a lot about this game that I really love. And I ended up loving when I played the original Shadowgate as a child, it scared the living bejesus out of me. The end game screen where you're looking at the Grim Reaper gave me legitimate nightmares. I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry, Dad. I woke you two up a lot because of me having nightmares because of this game. But as I got older, I kept playing it, and it was something that I always went back to. I went back to it in college a number of times. I went back to it in middle school, in high school, digging out my original and my family's NES, and which I have since appropriated because being the primary gamer of the family, and I absolutely fell in love with the game. So, in the end, I guess all's well that ends well. So there's our credits. And if you don't want to have seen the credits, well, I will leave some stuff in the YouTube timeline for you to skip all this. But we are going to start a new game. Of course, we will stay in classic mode, master difficulty. And I will be a little bit quiet while the intro rolls.
A hero's journey? A great quest? Certainly it shall be these things. But for you, young Jair Cuthegar, soldier of Windemere, could it not be so much more? In dreams, I have come to you, beseeching, entreating. Ride south, boy. Take naught but a dirk, a torch, courage.
I think that'll leave us under equipped.
Ride south from Rivelin, around the southern arm, through the Waven Fair Wood, past Myrithath.
All these names
beyond
are
the citadel of Murlak Tor,
very
and the
Tolkien-esque.
spires of Gimdane, and the darkness of Tarketh's Pass.
At least in my opinion.
There you shall find my stone in wait. Under the shade of the mountain range, none have entered, either on foot, on mount, on wing. Gatekeeper, the oldest of spires, it harbors that which has been spoken of in whispers and ascribed to legend. Shadowgate, the living castle. But all is not as it should be. One of our own is now our great bane.
Isn't that the way it always
A
goes with
blight
wizards?
upon us. He has brought the ancient keep low, and it now lies fallow. It is there that you will find me, Lakmir of the Circle of 12. It is there that you will find this great quest. It is there that you will find yourself.
You may be asking, Rogue, how did you know they were wizards? And my response to you is, 1, it's always wizards. 2, of course it's a wizard. He was coming to us in our dreams. Of course it's a wizard. Wizards are always the problem. With Lakmir's words echoing about your head, you stumble a bit until the world ceases its lurching. You stand before the Gatekeeper Mountain. An ornate door framed by a series of skulls is fashioned into the rock wall. Well, this is an adventure game. We take everything that's not nailed down. You nearly drop the skull when it begins to speak. About time, boy. You have no idea how long I've been here. You can call me Yorick. I have no recollection of how I got here, but I do know plenty about this castle. If you need help on this quest of yours, just speak to me and I'll give you a hint. There's also a key that we're going to take. I want that helmet, but I see that it is covered up by roots, so we will use our dirk, which in that opening cinematic seemed a little bit big. Because if I understand correctly, a dirk is basically like a large dagger. Not quite the same length as a short sword, it's somewhere in between a dagger and a short sword. But maybe that's my misunderstanding. Somebody with more knowledge of medieval weaponry could correct me. And let's take the root. We might need it. Let's go ahead and use the helmet on ourselves. Waste not, want not. It's so large it nearly obscures our vision. And I happen to know for a fact that that door is locked, and the key that we have will unlock it. So let's open it up and enter. Without warning, a pair of glowing eyes fill the chamber.
Lakmir was a fool to send a child to do that which even the
And a dark voice
vaunted
invades your
Circle
mind.
of 12 could not. Contain my growing power. Come if you wish. It makes little difference. Seal your fate within this living castle of the dead.
The apparition fades, leaving a trail of cold air behind it, and it's extremely rude as it interrupts Rogue while he's trying to speak and narrate to his audience. Thanks, Warlock Lord. I'm going to take everything that's in your castle. And I'm also going to set fire to this ugly rug. I mean, I could send it to the Lubuski Centrum I'm not good at Polish. LCC. But, you know, I don't think even Jacob with his fantastic skills could save that. Anyway, we get a couple of coins. that door open? No? It's locked. Well, we can't take the lever. So let's pull the lever. Oh, hey. With a squeal of protest, the lever begins to move. A few moments later, Sloane slides away from the wall, revealing an opening that holds a key. Yoink. We will just take that key and use it on the door. And open the door. Open the door. The door easily swings open. A damp, musty breeze wafts out from behind an altar set within the stone alcove. You note that the long hallway continues further into the mountain. The rolled up parchment is secured with a candle or a dab of candle wax. Well, let's open it. And let's read it. Hush, Torch, nobody asked you. You read the message scrawled on the scroll. Fandral, this missive is of utmost importance. We must coordinate our efforts. Seek my obelisk in the Acolyte Den below the sewers. I fear the worst is upon us, but I have plans in motion that may yet avert disaster. It is signed with the name Lakmir, the wizard that's been in our dreams. Alright, let's go ahead and roll the corpse. We get a piece of parchment and a scroll. Well, let's go ahead and take a look. Seek ye the Black Axe. Okay. Let's open that scroll. And let's read it. Brown, I have your dog. If you wish to see the Flying Ace again, then bring the skulls and squash I require to the place beyond the pumpkin door. But be wary, for only one outfitted for the hallowed eve can gain entrance. There you must carve my visage and illuminate the sacrifices before preforming the spell of invocation. Then I will be freed, and this will all end cordially, DP. Cryptic. Let's go ahead and just save here because I'm about to do something stupid. If you have seen my NES playthrough of this game, you know what's about to happen. I take the book. We get not the Wilhelm scream, but a scream. As you lift the tome from the altar, the earth rumbles beneath your feet. In an instant, the rock floor gives away, sending you tumbling down a long vertical shaft. While the abrupt impact from the landing doesn't kill you, 10 tons of stone from the broken floor finish the job.
You have chosen poorly, young Jair.
Yes, we have indeed chosen poorly. The game over screen for this version of the game is infinitely less frightening to me than the one that, you know, I experienced as a child. So let's load my quick save. Okay. Yes. Stone continues further in the mountain. This time let's open the book and then just read. We scan the ancient manuscript, noticing most of the language is unintelligible. However, one particular word stands out from the rest. Invocan. In your mind's eye, you see a glyph glowing with power and quickly write down the strange marking in your spellbook. You have learned a spell. Indeed, we have. And if we take a look at our spellbook, we can actually look at the glyph. Translation of this spell glyph is Invocan. Your mind glimpses some spectral person at the edge of your consciousness. And looking at the spell glyphs will give you a small hint as to how you can, or how they're used. So let's go ahead and hit that random stone there. Why not? You pound on the stone with our fist. Your pain is immediately rewarded as the rock fractures and crumbles, revealing an opening. We're not going to go that way yet, though. We're going to go down this hallway. And we're going to open all these doors. I said, open. Yorick, I didn't ask you. Stop complaining about my torches. In the meantime, I'm going to search the skeleton and find nothing. We'll go in here. And we'll go ahead and take these torches. I feel a mighty magic has been loosed, but I can't tell what. Thanks, Yorick. Now, there's some stuff in the ice blocks here and here, and I don't think our torch has the health to deal with them, so I'm going to quick save before I do this. I'm going to use the lit torch on that ice block. Okay. Let's go ahead and open that scroll and read it. As we scan the scroll, one particular word almost seems to jump out at you. Agap. In your mind's eye, you see a glyph glowing with power and quickly write down the strange marking in your spellbook. Before the scroll crumbles in your hands, you realize that you have learned a spell. We should get a slight change in the music when this situation becomes more serious. You thrust the lit torch into the ice. After a moment, it begins to melt before finally revealing the key it had once encased. Let's go ahead and take that key. Drop the key into our satchel. And we will open that door. That torch needs some attention, boy. Be sure to stock up on unlit torches and replace yours once it gets too dark to see. I'm trying to remember if this game has the audio cue. It might not on master difficulty, which is why I'm saving as much as I am. The smell of brimstone rises within this chamber as a pair of glowing eyes watch your every move from an opening in the far wall. Ah, yes, there it is. The light from the torch begins to falter. This might be a death from this. I might need to reload. No? Okay. Never mind. Whoopsies, I got Jair set on fire. You can see he's turned into a little skeleton up there. The flame engulfs you. You scream in excruciating pain as your flesh is seared from your bones.
"'Tis a sad thing
that your
adventures have ended here."
Well, we'll just go ahead and reload, shall we? No? Okay. I have to go through the menu. So let's do this a little differently this time. Let's light the torch out here, huh? Okay. Alright, that sounds good. We'll just go ahead and save there. And open the door, or go through the open door. First thing we're going to do in here, now that you've seen what happens, is we're going to use this shield on ourselves. We lash the iron shield securely to our forearm. With a roar, the ancient beast releases a scorching stream of fire at you. You raise your iron shield just in time to block the dragon's flame, dispersing it harmlessly to either side of you. We want this spear. Gathering another breath, the dragon releases a superheated stream of fire. You lift your iron shield and once again block the fiery flame, although this time you can actually feel the heat. Take the helm. The ancient dragon shifts its weight and fires a blast of scorching flame right at you. You barely manage to raise your shield in time to block the dragon's flame, though the shield protects you. It glows red hot. It's taking damage. You put the hammer in your satchel. Once again, that dragon bathes you in a molten stream of scorching fire. You manage to raise your shield in time to deflect the dragon's flame, however, the fire is taking its toll on the shield, and it's beginning to melt. How does that go? Out of the fire and into the dragon's den? Shut up, Yorick. Let's take that skull with the glasses. The dragon lets forth an angry roar along with another blast of superheated fire. Fortunately, you block the flame with the remnants of the shield. While you are safe, your shield finally succumbs to the dragon's breath, completely destroyed. Let's get out of here. You manage to rush from the room before the dragon can release a blast of fire. Well, that's that. Oh, I missed this bag. Let's open the bag. Some dice and a scroll. Okay. What does the scroll say? We tear the paper slightly as we unroll the parchment. While the writing is difficult to discern, you manage to glean a few key phrases. The danger is real. Alert the surrounding lands. Seal off the passages into the Gatekeeper Mountains. The wax seal shows an eagle in flight and is signed by someone named Fandril. Interesting. What about these dice? Dice like these are typically used by fortune tellers. Each face of the die contains a different symbol that, when rolled, can divine one's future. Interesting. This is an ancient gold coin, one that bears the faded image of a fiefdom long dead. As you rub dust from the gold coin, its light weight surprises you. This one's not actually gold. Okay. Into the crypt we go. With stone tombs lining the walls of this musty crypt, there is an ancient, almost reverent air to this place. These torches are quite suspicious. Firmly secured to an iron bracket on the wall. We can't take them. But we can use them. They're like levers. Yeah, we can't use this one though. Let's hit it. And this sarcophagus slides forward. And then a rumbling beneath us. We jump back slowly as the tomb in the center of the room slowly moves across the floor, revealing a stairway leading down. Power, lad? That's what these caves need, a dose of power. Thanks, Yorick, for your random musings. Headphone users, beware, this next sound effect is kind of loud. Right, we can't take the tomb. I meant to open the tomb. There you go. When you open the tomb, a horrific creature is released, letting out a piercing cry that cuts into your very being. It's a banshee, harbinger of death and disease. You feel a momentary stabbing pain before the specter winks out of existence. Great. Also, you'll notice our vision is kind of blurred. The ancient wrappings quickly go up in flames as the mummy has consumed a sword that was buried inside is revealed. Well, we'll go ahead and take that sword. Your vision clears and the episode passes. That was intense. Yes, let's try to eat the sword. Actually, I've never done that before. Uh-huh. Okay. This is probably going to end up killing us. In imitation of several mummers you've seen at the fair, you attempt to swallow the blade. Unfortunately, you only succeed in slicing your tongue. Ah, okay. Didn't kill us, but let's not waste the turn. We're sick. We have a timer. The Banshee is a timer. If we do not heal ourselves quickly enough, we do die. Ah, a shield was wrapped inside, falls to the floor. Well, let's just lash that to me arm, eh? You lash the wooden shield securely to your forearm. We'll open this sarcophagus, and we'll go ahead and torch this mummy. As it burns, a skull tumbles to the floor, along with a scroll that escaped the fire. Well, that's fortunate. You'd think that Jair would, be just a tiny bit more careful, what with all the scrolls we've been finding, but apparently not. You unroll the scroll, careful not to destroy it. Let's read this. Drawing of a castle with a single tall spire in the center has been scrawled on this parchment. A single line points to the exact middle of the tower, and next to it, these words. 3 times right, then once pulled down, twice past midnight, points the ruined crown. Light becomes dark, the king sits a throne. The masked one shall revealed shall mark the stone. Okay. We'll go ahead and open this tomb. And we'll torch this mummy. Ooh, a gold scepter. Let's take it. And let's open the sack here. We get a scroll. Apparently that was all that was in. So let's open that scroll. The handwritten scroll is faded and difficult to read, but you can make out one passage. When Majal's tail lights the northern skies and the alignments are in apogee, then shall appear the eagle appear, watched over by the all-seeing eye. The nourishment of water shall quench the tree, only to be overrun by fire. That sounds a bit like a prophecy. That's for sure. Take a look at the scepter. An ancient symbol showing 2 griffins locked in deadly combat is crafted onto this gem-encrusted scepter. A faint hum of power rises from the strange symbol on the skull's forehead. The mark doesn't appear to be carved, but rather fused into the bone. Oddly, this skull has a pair of glasses melted to its head. Can I use the hammer on that? The hammer failed to do anything constructive to the skull? Fair enough. How about our dirk? Can we use that? Ooh, we can. We pry the glasses from the skull. And we can wear the glasses, if we so chose. These old glasses have held up remarkably well. Well, very good. Let's head down here. And we'll pick up these torches, because, you know, standard rule of adventure games, if it's not nailed down. And we will move this big suspicious rock. We can't go down there, though. There's a hatch in the way. What is this? This vial is unremarkable in nearly every way. Well, let's go ahead and just take that vial. Maybe we'll need it. Who knows? Is that a broom? It's a broom. Okay. We're not going to mess with the broom. I don't feel any particular need to take the broom. I don't think there's anything else we can do in the crypt. Nothing else we can do in the dragon's den or in here. Nothing in the waterfall for us. So let's go through the hole. You force yourself through the narrow opening and into the darkness beyond. A figure moves within the opening at the back of the grotto. You hear the unmistakable twang of a longbow, followed by the whistle of an arrow. You raise your shield at the last possible moment. The arrow bounces off the wood and lands unharmed on the ground at your feet. Ooh. The fletching on this arrow looks a bit tattered, but its silver arrow tip looks to be in good condition. Well, let's just go ahead and take that. And then let's go back here because Rogue forgot to do something. Let's go ahead and use our torch on the green candle. Get some enchanted fire. Oh, okay. It's lost amongst the sharp rocks. We can't get another arrow, I don't think. Yes, the enchanted green fire seems to be taking a impossible toll on it. That bridge doesn't look too sturdy. I will just let you know right now, if you try to cross this bridge right in this moment, you will die. Go across the stone bridge. Ah! A dense fog greets you as the stone passage opens into a small chamber. The temperature plummets as a creature materializes in front of you. Can we defeat this wraith? Find out next time on Let's Play Shadowgate. I'm the Arcane Rogue, and if you like this video, let me know that by tippy-tapping the like button. And if you are new here, please consider subscribing so you don't miss any future episodes. Until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day. Expecto